Hi everyone, it's Healthy Heather. Thanks for coming to FitTallahassee.com. Today we're talking about the difference between physical hunger and emotional hunger because sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. We feel like we're hungry, but really there's something that's nagging at us and we need to deal with that instead. And here's a way to tell whether or not you're actually hungry or whether you just need some TLC. The first way to tell is that physical hunger comes on gradually and it can usually be put off for a brief period of time, whereas emotional hunger usually feels very urgent, something that you need to do right away. If you find that you are hungry soon after receiving bad news, that's a sign that that's emotional hunger. Physical hunger is an acknowledgement that you need some food and you should start thinking about getting a snack. Always look for the difference when you start wondering whether or not you want to eat some food. Now, the second one is that physical hunger usually can be satisfied with a wide variety of foods, whereas emotional hunger is usually for something pretty specific. If you find that you're craving a certain kind of chips or a certain kind of ice cream or a certain meal at a restaurant, it could be that that craving is really because you need to deal with an emotional issue that's bothering you, whereas physical hunger feels more like, oh, I'm hungry, I need to have a little bit of a snack, I could have this or I could have something else. But the physical hunger is going to be much more general, the emotional hunger is going to be much more specific. Now, the last way to tell whether or not you're experiencing physical versus emotional hunger is how you feel after you eat. When you eat for physical hunger, you feel better, you feel energized, you feel ready to move on and tackle the next part of your day. When you eat for emotional reasons, you usually feel pretty crummy afterwards because you know that you didn't deal with the real issue. It's still there and it's still nagging at you. Now, just because you're experiencing emotional hunger doesn't mean that you're trapped. Look for something else to do. Think about the reason that you really are feeling hungry and think about ways that you can satisfy that need without food. Call a friend, write a letter to yourself, go for a walk. Look for opportunities to nurture your soul instead of filling it with food. I hope that you'll look for opportunities to tell the difference between physical hunger and emotional hunger this week, and that you'll keep coming back to FitTallahassee.com for more.